day in life. You have Rebel, LostPhoenixWolf on my channel. And yes, it's still raining out there. And I'm going to continue on from what I was talking about in the last video. I don't know, I was talking about freak storms and the weather's being weird and talking about this and that. I don't know. I don't know, let's move on to something else. Let's talk about... Okay, let's continue, do the end recap of... let's talk about that at least, it being the third video. Talking about avatar sites and stuff like that, and being in role plays, RP role plays, and some things get pretty serious, and people put a bunch of time and money and their life into certain things like that. And this virtual world is like a lot of things you can't do outside that you can do in there. You can do anything and everything in there. There's still some consequences and reactions and stuff. If you're in role plays and multiple role plays, and try not to do cross role plays. And some people don't want to. These days they don't want to talk about real life, and the role play is different. And then you can't have the role play into real life, and trying to cross this and that. But anyway, moving on to talking about what I was talking about the other day. Role playing. I'm trying to think of what I was talking about yesterday. I don't know, going to second family and trying to fit in and do this and that. And at that time I was getting into like different jobs. Okay. Let's finish off what I was talking about before. I just remembered now. This person came up to me, and I didn't really know him. I guess he was known by other people, and he's been in multiple role plays. And he asked me if I wanted to be a part of his family, and I would like to give you the higher rank if you accepted me to be your father. And being a blood father, and there's a way to do that, to be reborn or have a blood ceremony or something like that, and in the lines. I mean, being fresh, being just a king, and being happy as a king, and being in a relationship, and that thing kind of fell under, not really feeling like being the king, and changing my name again, and still being the king, still. And I was like thinking about that, and I was talking it over with the first mother and stuff like that. She was on sometimes, not really. And then well, that's just she's up to you. She was a good lady. She was a Wiccan lady, and she was a good lady. And I still talk to her, and then I still call her mother, because she was the first mother in the game, or in the virtual world of avatars. And so I accepted, and I got a new mother, a new father, and became emperor, and I had other brothers and sisters, and had to come about there and stuff like that. And the second family, went from one place to another, and then got involved in another group of people, and we had our father and mother, and a sister and a brother, kind of like not like sister-in-law, and no, actually no, sister, and he was a brother-in-law. He was wicked, and all I have to say, he's demented in the virtual world that he is in real life. He's a demented soul in both worlds, and it's tough to even talk about it right now. We might get into that maybe a little bit later. But being a part of this new thing, new clothes, a new outfit, new way of life, and I started, to even get a name change token to her new life, new name. And everything was good and cool and stuff like that. I was happy. New mother, and she was really good. Talked with her and stuff, and and she had a bunch of sons and daughters, and things was cool, and accepting this new father. But then little by little, to learn that he was he's been in different role plays. He's been in different families, and he's screwed up different things, and he's bad and role playing, and a bad person to begin with, and always doing just dumb things and getting kicked out of those families. So everything was going pretty good. I think it went on for about maybe 3 months to 6 months, and then kind of died out. And then the wicked brother trying to in between the new family life and the second family, me, and it was, didn't know exactly where it still belonged, and it was a new thing, and new beginnings and stuff like that, and it was doing this and that, and it was kind of the time that I would to do something different. And this time, I decided to overstep my boundaries and stuff, and the second family, and I said, I don't want to, I don't want the way this role play is going and stuff like that. I mean, they didn't say it just like that, but I was like, somebody was getting disciplined, and they did something wrong, I guess, and it wasn't really that big a deal. But the brother-in-law, he was just dumb on things, and he wanted his role play one way, not another way, and anybody who doesn't follow him, he's going to kill him, and he was going to kill somebody. I got in the way, and I decided to take the knife, and I decided to really to die. That was the first, maybe second death. I think maybe second death, but that wasn't the end of my role playing and stuff like that. I decided to take like a whole month of being between the afterlife and the real life, to be in a limbo for a month. I decided to do some kind of role play like that, and the only person that I would really let in is my real, or my blood sister and the new blood mother, because the new blood father was alongside with the brother-in-law, who later became his son, and then became my brother, my blood brother. Don't ask me how that really happens, or what's going on. And slowly the second roleplay family are kind of thinning out and going doing their thing. There's this bull crap, and it's like, oh, you're doing this and doing that. How is that possible? Me dying in this virtual world didn't really mean I died, because it was pulling me back to the role playing, because I had unfinished business. Me having a new wife brought into the second family, and, do this and that. Going like 2 or 3 months stuff, and then I decided to marry, because I'm going to have wolf cubs with this lady. I think 6 to 8 wolf cubs. New wife and stuff. And the wife thing was cool, and doing the wife thing and husband thing, and doing these pups, but they weren't born just yet. So coming down to, I don't know, at the end of the month, and then she's going to be having these pups. This is between like a wolf kind of point of view, and vampire having hybrid pups. So dragged on, and then I decided to be reborn, have a new body, and then I'm going to be stronger, take on the bigger roles, and doing the virtual life, and have fun and stuff. So I came back, to a new body and a new life, and then I was stronger than I was before. To have more knowledge and more role playing stuff, and I was doing this and this and that, and it seemed great and it seemed cool. So when I came into this virtual world, I never became human. I was never human. I was a fallen angel, and then from there, fallen angel. My story was I was a fallen angel. I was living in heaven, and I fell in love with a woman from hell, and she got kicked out of hell, and I got kicked out of heaven. I crashed into this virtual universe, which became new role playing stuff like that, and me trying to find out where this woman is, and this was like the first woman. This is the first girlfriend in there. I think we married and stuff like that. I don't actually know. We didn't marry, and we didn't really have make kids and marry and stuff. That wasn't really into that role play kind of life, and she was like really demonic and goth and of a devil and stuff like that. And it's like that fits in my role play, because I'm trying to figure out, trying to find a certain person to actually play that, and she played that pretty damn well. So me, throughout the thing, how I, did the story thing, 6 months to a year, and then found out this person. Actually, to tell you the truth, the first 2 years, I was, the thing and stuff like that, and nothing really was going on like that, and I was bored and stuff like that, and I let it go for about, a year, and then, came back, I think, a year later, and realized that I was hacked. Can't get in my avatar, couldn't get the thing, they couldn't do anything. it belonged to somebody else, and people were on, that person was on daily and stuff like that, and I haven't been on there for about a year, it's I guarantee about a year. And that's when the role play life and stuff like that, and things change, and new avatar look, and clothing, and things, and role plays. I never did any role plays. I never did none of that stuff. Just hanged out, listened to music and stuff, hanging with it. But anyway, the one who became a father was really an old friend from when we sat in a wolf room and listened to music and stuff. My character was Black Wolf, and he was Red Wolf. And before that, he was like country guy or some kind of country guy, and then became Red Wolf, and I was Black Wolf, and we became friends at the time. And then later on, like 3 years later, we bumped into each other again, and then really realized, later on, I think by the 4th year of this thing, 2 years, 2 years, 1 year. Okay, yeah, 4th year back into it, and then I think by the 5th year we figured out, that we knew each other. It's like looking back at his name changes and blah blah. But anyway, going back to the roleplay thing, came in a new body, and my old soul in a new body, and became stronger and stuff. And I had to come back because the wife, was going to have pups, and I wanted to be back for it. And I surprised her; it was back, and some people were pissed off because it's the same, soul, different body, and it's like, when am I doing back stuff? And that kind of stirred up things because the roleplay world is not really set in stone because there's different ways and there's rules and stuff like that. But later on, there's different rules. And me being the fallen angel of my soul, is like more angelic and not really any kind of demon stuff and that. Anyway, talking about also that other woman, she her and I did things for about a year and stuff like that, or actually 3 months, 6 months, and then she kind of disappeared. That role play thing, was done. It was fun, dancing around and having fun and stuff like that. And she was demonic, and I was like really angel-like, kind of like a ancient angel kind of thing. Anyway, so being there, being a part of the wife and the wolf cubs and stuff like that, and a bunch of names and stuff and like that. And some people weren't liking that I had a good life, and I was doing role play really good, and I was more rural like, and I was doing like different jobs. I was a security guard, DJ, healer, a soul searcher. Somebody who also was lost between worlds, between living and dead, and to bring their soul back to be reborn, and I was doing something like that. I mean, I got better and better at the role plays and stuff. And we still together for about 3 to 6 months, and then we had other pops, and changed my name again, and role plays started different. And then this lady just disappeared, and then I got involved with another lady, and she was really good, and I had another friend from the 3rd year in. I didn't see for a couple years, and then got together, and then this other friend had come about, and then I make another different friend stuff. Anyway, I must wrap it up and talk about it in the next video. If you guys did like this video, please do hit the like button. Please subscribe to me. Make sure this video on the channel might benefit you, might benefit me. Please do tell your friends and family about me. Thank you for doing this video. Times I watch it. Hope you have a nice day. More than remember, it's better to be Aboriginal than original.